Hello, my name is Brett Myers. I'm the Managing Director at CurrencyFair.com. This is John. He's our Director of Sales and Marketing and my co-founder. We set up CurrencyFair really to solve the pain involved in international bank transfers, and the pain I'm referring to is high expense and inconvenience. For example, an Irish friend of mine over here had to visit her bank every month and fill in a form just to send euros back to Ireland to pay her mortgage. Now, not every bank is quite that inconvenient, but they do have one thing in common: they're very expensive. If you're going to send some money, you're going to pay around 3% margin built into the exchange rate, and you'll be hit with a £20–25 fee on top as an international transfer fee. So a lot of people use a broker instead. These guys generally offer better rates, normally a 1% to 2% margin, but they're generally interested in the big tickets. They're not interested in giving great rates to people making small payments like mortgage or pension conversions and so on. And there's actually a better way, or a more economical way to transfer, and that's to avoid banks and brokers altogether and exchange directly with other people that you know. For example, if I was going back to Australia, my first port of call used to be to talk to other Aussie expat mates and see if they had any spare Aussie dollars at home. If they did, we could agree a rate, which would probably be somewhere like around the interbank rate, and then just transfer money directly between our bank accounts. So the Aussie dollars would stay in Australia, and the sterling, for example, would stay in the UK. We'd save on all the fees. And really, it's this principle that CurrencyFair is based on. So we host an online marketplace which brings people with currency needs together, lets them exchange with each other, avoiding the high margins and fees, but they can do so in a safe and regulated environment. And the CurrencyFair margin, for example, is 0.15%. Now, I'm going to hand over to John now, and he's going to talk us through some of the savings that can be obtained with CurrencyFair using the calculator on our homepage, and then we're going to demonstrate our quick trade feature, which we just rolled out last week.
Thanks a lot, Brett. Okay, we're just going to pull up the CurrencyFair calculator now. Now, this currency calculator is a little bit different to currency calculator that you find on other websites. It actually shows you the amount that you get at the end of the transaction, minus any fees. It doesn't just give you the interbank rate, which is great because you don't have to phone us to find out what the total cost of the transaction is. Let's say I've got 2,000 euros. We've got 2,000. We're going to change that currency there to euros. And we're going to exchange that to sterling, to pound sterling. There we go. Sterling goes in. Now you can see with CurrencyFair, you're going to get £1,660. With a bank, using typical bank exchange rates and transfer fees, you're going to get £1,591. Now, that's a total saving of nearly £69. Now, if you're doing a similar amount every month, you're looking at a total annual saving of around £800 a year. Brett, can you bring up the current interbank rate? Let's take a look at the current interbank rate for that currency pair. We are looking at 83.10 at the moment. So let's compare that to the rate from CurrencyFair. We've got a rate there of 83.15. Now that's actually a better rate than the current interbank rate. That's something that's completely unique to CurrencyFair. It doesn't always happen, but it can happen, and it's something we'll talk about in a little bit more detail later on. Now, Brett's just logging into CurrencyFair now, into our live system, and I will use this as an opportunity to talk through the CurrencyFair trading process. Now, in order to exchange funds on CurrencyFair, you need to exchange currency on CurrencyFair, you need to have cleared funds. Now, that's important because it means that you're exchanging funds with other customers on the marketplace who also have cleared funds, and that means there's no settlement risk. Now, if we have a look on the right-hand side there, under available funds, you can see that we've got some cleared funds there. We have 2,000 euros. So taking that example I was talking about earlier, we're going to talk through Quick Trade. Now, Quick Trade was put together for our customers who want to be able to exchange immediately. We enter in the amount that you have or the amount that you want. In my case, I've got 2,000 euros and I want some sterling. So we have sterling there. We click on Get Quote. Quick Trade goes off to the CurrencyFair marketplace to get the best possible rate for that particular currency pair. So you can see I'm selling 2,000 euros, and for that I'm going to get £1,663, and the rate is 83.15. Good rate. So I'll click on Confirm, and there it is, exchange confirmed, what I've sold and what I've bought. And if we look on the right-hand side now, we can see under available funds that my euro balance has gone down by that original 2,000 euros. My sterling balance has increased by £1,663. That's there now. I can now transfer out that sterling using CurrencyFair to any sterling-denominated account. It'll be there today if I pay £7. It'll be there tomorrow if I pay £3. Over to you, Brett.
Okay, so how is it actually possible that John just exchanged it better than the interbank rate? It should be impossible. Now, that's really because of the peer-to-peer nature of CurrencyFair itself. You see, there's a second way to exchange on CurrencyFair. We call it the marketplace, and it actually allows you to pick your own rate. We'll be demoing that over at our stand later. So you pick your own exchange rate, and your money then sits up on the market, waiting for customers coming in the other direction. So if you can imagine, if someone's willing to accept slightly less than the interbank rate because perhaps they want to get a deal done quickly, then it's possible for someone else to get slightly more than the interbank rate. It's a market. So the last thing I'll say about QuickTrade is that you can actually exchange any amount on QuickTrade, even if there's not enough customer orders going in the opposite direction. And that's because CurrencyFair itself will step in and provide liquidity. And we position that at about 0.5% away from the interbank rate, which means that whenever you exchange on the site, all in, including all fees, you're going to get at least within 0.5% of the interbank rate. Well, just to give you an idea of where we are now, we launched in May 2010. Since then, we've seen over 90 million euros has been exchanged through the platform in individual transaction sizes ranging from as low as 10 euros right up to 2.3 million. We are currently running at a little over 500,000 a day going through the site, and that's growing rapidly. So where we are at the moment is we're very focused on growing the business. When you consider that expats tend to be about 10% of the population in developed nations, and then you add to that SMEs, foreign property owners, international students, you can get an idea for really, the size of the problem that CurrencyFair solves. So as I said, it'd be great to see you down at the stand later on. We'll be demoing some of the other features like the marketplace, and thank you very much. Cheers.